Hello, namaskar. It's about 3 p.m. now. It's Tuesday, the 16th of April. It's Tuesday, so I'm clearing up another misconception that may face people. The thing is intercultural, intersocial, interrelatedness, People demarcate themselves from each other by caste, whether they are Brahmins, they are intellectual riches, monetary riches, financial, economically wise, based on their intellectual achievement and so on. Now, I don't know how I can address this issue, but there is this thing that is coming up that people generally display complex. Either they're inferior or they're superior complex. The superior complex really endows one with the feeling that he is superior or better than everybody else. So it all depends upon your being, your essence, your development that makes you better or lesser than somebody. For example, Baba says not by intellectual pursuit alone or by studying physical training and so on, or being born in a home would make you elevated. So elevated comes through intuitional practice, means spiritual practices, ennobles the being, refines the cells and the body, and so on. For example, I was reading today about the Brahmin people, the genuine Brahmin, not those who are by name and occupational status and so on. Talking about a genuine Brahmin in which I was reading a book in which is known as The Life and Teachings of Naropa by Mr. Gunter, H. Gunter, in which he talked about the Brahmin ladies and the qualities. I was so amazed. Anyway, the Buddha said that Brahmins are not by name. A Brahmin is by his deeds. A Brahman is such by his deeds. A Chandala is such by his deeds. This was his response when a Brahmin accused him of being a lowly Chandala. So the Buddha replied that Chandala is such by his deeds and a Brahmin is such by his deeds. So it's your deeds, your action, how you live that makes you, either Kshatriya, a laborer, or a Brahmin. What qualities you inculcate and develop. Now, depending upon your station in life, how you are placed, maybe you are placed among Shudras and you're an intellectual, there will be tense stress upon your being, your body, your psyche. If you're a spiritual person and you're placed among in a jail or you're in a prison, political, you're in a prison, there's this tendency for spiritual people being in prison, like we have Ananda Murtiji was in prison, like Swami Premanand. We have now various gurus and so on are being placed in jails and cells and so on. Now that would depend on the government. That would depend on if the government is materialistic or spiritually sympathetic. They say that the Indira Gandhi government, in the Congress Party people, they were jailing and a lot of spiritual people, yogis, sannyasis, if they spoke out or they were speaking out against certain trends in society and so on. So you will find tension upon yourself and disadvantages depend upon your circumstances and place. For example, if you're placed to work in an outstation where the culture, the people are not so developed spiritually, physically, mentally, it will tell on you, maybe physically, psychologically, and so on. So that's why sometimes they have association of pharmacists, bodies, and organizations where people can group together to be motivated, recharge, inspired to go out again and work, right? So nobody really has a hangover, a childhood problem or anything. It's just the situation. You have to examine properly, psychoanalytically, psychologically. That people who are in various situations due to work, due to politics, they have to work, be in different locality situation. Oh my God, that they had various experiences and maybe misfortune and so. But these things pass, this comes, that goes. Like the Guru said in one of his books, Shushananamurti, he said, Charavati, Charavati means go on. Your eyes lies in front of you, not at the back of you. So a flowing stream would taste of sweet water, while a stagnant pond would have foul smelling, putrid water, and so on. So somebody was saying that, that this guy had bad childhood experience or you had bad experience. Various stations in your life you are placed in crisis position, and how fastly you solve those positions develop depends upon the elders in your society, the wisdom of the nation, the maturity of the people, your neighbors, your comradeship, the intellectuals there. Already they are willing to help you and so on to get through a phase or a particular station, particular situation in life. So nobody has problems or nobody has crisis, just that how long you solve your cone. For in Japanese, the master give you a problem to solve. It's called a cone. And as you solve that cone, your intellect unwinds. There's unlocking in the system. The psychology, your spirit, your body. So you get more freedom. So these problems come in life to just test us, like Swami Sivananda said, to make us better, stronger. And as we unlock them and as we solve them, we become stronger personality, better personalities. So while a sector or group of people might be celebrating in their own victorious with their own victory of being heralded or escorted through life without problems or discipline or beatings and so on. It varies upon the eyes of different interpreters. So in this way, we should see everything as a play. That's why in another mark it's a play of consciousness.